Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today is a huge one because we've got the end of this season. I think it's our second or maybe even third Premier League season, and as you can see there, we've started off already. We're going into a game with West Brom, which we won 2-1, and a quick sim that one. And I just wanted to spend a little bit of time looking at these objectives. As you can see there, the high one, brand exposure, has been completed. The medium ones, there's no way we're going to complete, youth development or financial. This will be the end of the season, and we are right now, as it stands, top of the table. Massive game against Man United, and if we win this game, it sets us up really well for winning the league title, which, I mean, I didn't think we were ever going to do this early. We started off the game against Man United really well, to be honest. We went in a lead to the 19th minute with Dembele, and to be honest, we pretty much coasted really from there, and we went 2-0 up in the 52nd minute, and we just jumped in. Had a bit of fun with the players, because I'm aware that I haven't really played that many games with these guys, and there's some really good players. A lovely through ball there, I think that's from Musiala through to Lana, and yeah, an easy finish really. And it didn't stop there either, and then we continued on into the latter stages of the game with I think that's Apaya running through, and then Ari Mibby, the centre back, out of nowhere, the flying centre back, decided to roam forwards for some reason, and a really nice finish at the end of it to make it 4-0. So we cruised past Man United, and that then sets up a situation where if we win the next match, we actually win the league title, and that was all off the back of that win against Liverpool last episode, and a few others along. Obviously a huge performance along the way. As you can see that Liverpool have actually lost 6 games, 2 of those I believe against us, so we've done really well against them, and we've only lost 3 games, which by any stretch of the imagination is a very impressive record. And you can see the bottom there, Southampton propping up the bottom of the table, which is kind of sad, because that's our opponent for the next match. And well, as I said, this is a must-win game. We go into it with a very strong team, and we've got numerous 90 rated cards now. And as you can see there, they've got some players which aren't on full fitness either. But it starts off really well. 11th minute, we go 1-0 up with Butler. Who else would it be? He's been our steady Eddie throughout the entire series, scoring us the goal that could then win us the title. And then Musiala coming in, again, another steady Eddie throughout pretty much the entire series, scores. And then I go ahead and play the rest of the match. Lovely through ball again to Lana, who just slots it home really easily, makes it 3-0 quite late on in the game. And then we get to the end of the game, and cue the celebration.
And the referee has blown for full time. It's official now. The champions have been crowned.
Absolutely top of the pile. That's all you can do when you start off pre-season. You see this moment in your mind's eye. They've got their brilliant season. It really has been.
Their goal to be the best team in the league, and they've hit the target.
Well, Derek, there'll be definitely times this season where the form has dropped, we've had injuries, etc. Almost seems like a pipe dream to look at these moments now. But they'll celebrate long into the night, I'm sure.
Well, memories for players in these situations, Lee.
Well, it's always nice to win any trophy, cup competitions, but when you win your own domestic league, that to me is the pinnacle of being a player.
Yeah, the table does not lie. And so, the league champions.
Yeah, brilliant. They deserve it. They really have been the best team this season. And that's where you end up, top of the pile.
So just while we sit there with the whole background celebration stuff going on, I thought I'd just add in here that a lot of these players were bought at around about 60 rated, and I'll get onto the team a little bit later and what that team actually looks like now. But that's a 30 overall growth for a vast majority of these players, some of them high 20s, and obviously you've also then got Burns, who's been throughout the entire season, and he's that natural Barrow player, which I love the fact that we've managed to keep him in the team. So we've got a few Barrow players still in the team. Gribbin is another one, he's still there. So yeah, we've got some long-standing players in there, which is actually really nice. I wasn't sure if that was something I was even going to be able to do, but we managed to do it. There we go, and there's a team photo as well, Premier League champions Barrow, which, I mean, that's a bizarre sentence really, to be honest.
But wait! There's more!
And then we have the Champions League, don't forget, because we were in the semi-finals up against Barcelona, and to be honest, this was an absolute goal fest shit show, whatever you want to call it. So they actually get the first goal in this contest as well, through, I think it's Trincao, who I believe actually just moved to Wolves in real life, but yeah, they go 1-0 up right at the start, which is a bit frustrating. As you can see, they have their 100 and however, was it 80 million signing that they signed Foden for? Something ridiculous. Apaya doing brilliantly. I mean, a lovely piece of dribbling, to be honest. Slips past the full back and then just hammers it home to make it 1-1 against Barcelona. And because they've got the away goal, obviously we want to score and get ahead as much as possible. We then go 2-1 up through Bellingham, I believe it was, who just slots it into the bottom corner, and it's only in the 36th minute at this point. It gets a lot wilder, trust me. There's this leg and then the next leg is absolutely bonkers. Obviously here we're going for the double. As you can see, we actually are all over them, and Apaya then scores to make it 3-2. We deserved a lot more in this game, if I'm honest. We actually really did dominate them. They only got 2 shots and scored 2 goals, so it is what it is. But then we go straight into the second leg because for some reason there was no games between the 2 legs. I wasn't complaining, and then we come up against them away this time, but obviously they're carrying those 2 away goals, which could prove quite costly. And also it's switched around in terms of colours because now we're black kits, which confused the hell out of me when I was recording this. But yes, then we go 1-0 up with Lana right at the start, which is the perfect possible start, because we need to stay ahead, to be honest. They've got too many away goals for us to not really go gung-ho, but they do go 2-1 up, and that right now as it stands puts them through, which is a huge worry. But then we do manage to take the lead on aggregate again through Apaya and get those 2 away goals that were absolutely vital, because obviously if we couldn't get at this point, if we draw on aggregate, it doesn't matter. And then we got the third one, so now they have to score, I think it's 3 goals to be able to get past us, which they just weren't going to do in the 80th minute. They did get a goal back through Kramaric to make it 3-3 on the night, but it wasn't enough. We beat them 5-6 on aggregate to set us up with a Champions League final against Atletico Madrid. In the meantime, we had this game against Everton, which I actually did play most of the first team because there was just such a huge difference. There was so long between the 2 games, so I figured I might as well just keep the match fit, and we won that game 3-2. And to be fair, Everton have a good team. They have Luis Suarez amongst others, so yeah, quite a decent side. And it was the last game of the season as well, so I figured it'd be best to play through that one. And as you can see there, I mean, pretty dominant as we have been really throughout the whole season. And yeah, that closes off the Premier League season. And then we have the Champions League final against Atletico Madrid, who they've got an interesting team. I would say they've got the best team that we've come up against. Obviously, Upamecano, Lodi, Llorente, Lamar, Osimhen, and Felix are probably the best players. They've got a bunch of decent players. It's just they've not got the insane team that Barcelona, etc. have. But they do go 1-1 up against us, which was a real shame because we did take the lead early on, and then I decided to play it because why not? Bellingham found himself a little bit of space, so I thought I'd lash one, and somehow it went past Oblak. I really don't understand. Somehow it's just whizzed over the top of his head. A beautiful ball then for the third goal, out to Apaya, who just cuts inside. Keeper completely misses it. Keeper's having a shocker, and he just buries it, and that's easy, does it? And then to make it 4-1, a huge switch, which somehow makes his way to Dembele, who then lashes it home. Which, to be honest, it seems a little bit too easy. Like this team, this Atletico team, just seemed to have crumbled. We then make it 5-1 in the 71st, I think, minute, or 70th minute. Yeah, 70th minute through Lana. It was just very easy, to be honest. We then score another one to make it 6-1, and it was game over already. At this point, it's just rubbing salt in the wound. So. It's a lovely ball over the top, to be fair, and a lovely cutback by Bellingham, back to Dembele, who slams it home. But yeah, at this point the game was done. We do win the Champions League, and here's the roar.
Full time, and the issue has been settled. One team crestfallen, the other jubilantly.
Well, there's winners and there's always losers. Fine margins between the two. Expectation wins nothing, Derek. You've got to go out there and seize the moment.
So I'm stoked because not only do we win the Premier League, but we also win the Champions League and get the double as well, which I mean, again, was something I didn't think we were going to be able to do. So I can't complain with how well this career mode's gone. The team has been absolutely incredible when it comes to the growth that we've had on a relative shoestring budget as well. I'll show you the stats later down the line in a couple of minutes, but we really didn't spend all that much. We didn't spend a lot on one particular player either. We started off, I think it was 10 million, which, to be fair, is a little bit high for a League 2 team. 10 million. We didn't spend all of it, but we spent it on a wide range of players. We didn't spend, like I said, we didn't spend all of it. We haven't spent all of our transfer budget throughout most of the windows. But I mean, absolutely incredible, to be honest. Absolutely incredible.
And you are looking at the best club side in Europe.
Best club side in Europe, Barrow AFC, which is, yeah, again, just kind of strange, but it's very, very cool. So also then just wanted to show you the team from where we went. So Quigley, Musiala, Apaya, as I mentioned earlier, all these mainly picked up around 60 rated. Butler, Dembele, Beedling back at 59 rated. Platt, all those guys, as Burns is our top rated at 65. All those guys back then compared to now, where Burns even has got a 13 upgrade on his 65 original rating. And then you've got players like Musiala going up to 90, Lana, who replaced Quigley, going up to 90, Dembele, Apaya, Butler. Even the centre backs have a huge upgrade, and they haven't really upgraded themselves all that much. They have a much later progression as centre backs. Soppy obviously being the lowest rated player that we have, but even then he's still 15 ratings above the lowest rated card that we had, and we didn't spend that much on him either. I can't remember how much exactly, but it wasn't more than 20 million. I don't think it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot either. We'll have a look in a second as to who our most expensive signing was, how much we spent on that. But yeah, it's not a break the bank figure. It's actually quite surprising. But I mean, the trust we put in bringing through youth players has been immense on this series, and we've absolutely smashed it, to be fair. So I want to go into the next season and just start scouting these regen players. So just there we had Ronaldo. This one's Messi's because he's retired as well. And then we went for Suarez's wrong one, but I realised that I got the wrong league later down the line and changed it. And then we have the Chiellini regen. And then I wanted to show you the stats. Overall, I mean, that's a really good win ratio, but just show you here the actual progress that we made throughout the whole of the seasons, and show you really what we managed to achieve. So this season, for example, you can see we've got one Manager of the Month award. We didn't even get Manager of the Year. I don't know who got Manager of the Year, but what the heck, like, we smashed that. We couldn't have done any better, and yet somehow, some reason, we didn't manage to get Player of the Year. But you can see that our club record fee, 39.5 million, so not an insane amount by any mean stretch, really, especially not in today's climate. Our biggest win versus Grimsby, 7-0. Our biggest defeat against Aston Villa in the first season in the Premier League. And then you can see our overall record there is really, really strong. So this is the season that we just went past. So Bellingham, which is our record signing, at 39.5 million. And a pretty decent record. Dikitsa, however you say his name, at 14.5 million from the first season in the Premier League. Obviously not so good a ratio there, but still pretty decent. We still finished top 4, and then just going way back, I mean, you can see the progress that we made throughout the seasons. But anyways, that's all for me, and thanks so much for watching this series. I mean, we're going to continue with the England squad, but that will do it for the Barrow AFC career mode as it stands. You can see I've left the team up there while I just talk a bit about this. This has been quite a fun series to run. I'm definitely going to do one next FIFA. There's going to be a mode where you can make your own team, so I'll probably make a local team from where I grew up, which will be not Barrow but something slightly different. But regardless, still I'm excited to get stuck in on that one. I know it's taken us a year to finish this. To be honest, it was going to take a year because career mode can take quite a while, and I wanted to do it properly. I didn't really want to just buy everybody and anybody and everybody and then just have a stacked squad and just be like, oh wow, it's surprising that we won. I wanted to build it and really get a connection with some of these players, so I'm glad that we could do that, and it's a shame that it's finished. But I mean, I suppose we're only a month out of the next FIFA, so it needed to finish at some point, right? But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode where we take on the rest of the world with the England team.